Hello everyone and welcome finally to this review here that you all seemed excited about, I think. I asked you all on Twitter what you wanted a palette review on next, and this is the one that won. And really, I wasn't too surprised. This is the Revolution, Makeup Revolution London, the Emily Edit The Wants palette. Now, I did not get the Needs palette, but I got the Wants because you all really wanted me to review it. And you know, it feels good to support a fellow YouTuber, especially an OG like Emily Noel. Beauty Broadcast, she has been on YouTube, I'm pretty sure for, I think she said over 11 years now. Like, that's insane. I mean, I'm just gonna come straight out and say it. I don't know that, I mean, it's not like it's a secret or anything. Like, I really do like Emily. She's not someone that I watch consistently, but I am subscribed. I do like seeing her face pop up in my subscriptions. She is a beautiful woman inside and out as far as I can tell. She's very nice, she's very calm, she's very level-headed and that sort of a thing. And over the years, I just feel like she has grown such a dedicated fan base. Like, the people who have been with her since the beginning, they are with her. And I think that really helped to get her to have the opportunity to make this and the other palette. I mean, well deserved. Like I said, she has, from what I can tell, stayed very true to herself, integrity, all that good stuff. She's a great YouTuber. She's one of those YouTubers that gets a collaboration opportunity, whatever. I don't know her life, like, I don't know how many opportunities she's gotten, but she's one of those YouTubers where when you see that they got a collab with a name brand company that's gonna, you know, be in a store like Ulta, / it is now in stores at Ulta, you're just happy for her, you know, like, she deserves it. Anyways, blah blah blah, this palette, hey! This is her extras palette, I guess. She created the Needs palette, which is like an everyday basics, but like you can still make it glam, but like everything that you need in makeup aside from, you know, foundation, lipstick, that sort of a thing, she included in that palette. And then in this palette, she created all of the wants, you know, these are the shadows that she wants in her life. These are ones that she said that she made based on past shadows from different companies that have, you know, not expired, but been discontinued. There's the word I'm looking for. So she drew inspiration from that and just the shadows that she really loves and uses. I mean, when I think of her and the way that she does her eyeshadow, this collection of colors really holds true, at least I think so. There are 24 different shades in this palette. It's got a huge mirror, which I very much appreciate, and it's got a collection of matte, satin, and shimmer shades. If I counted correctly, there are 13 different matte shadows, 4 satin shades, and then 7 shimmer shadow shades. The palette is $20. It works out to about 98 cents per gram, so awesome value, I think, as many of us view Revolution makeup to be. You know, it's more than Morphe and Beige Cosmetics, but less than NYX, so that's awesome. You know, it's a very affordable palette, and she wanted that to stand true for her collaboration. I love that she named everything after things, you know, that hold importance in her life. You know, she's got something for her husband, her sister, her mom, her 2 kids in here, and then stuff playing off of her background, her different jobs she's had, and just her life in general. So it's really, I just think it's really nice. It's a really nice palette in that sense. Like, I feel like when you look at her, you're like, that's a good human. And you look at this and you're like, a good human created this, you know? Maybe that's just me. Now, I will say, not all of these shadows are created equal, and I cannot give this a completely good review, but overall, I would say I am happy with this palette. I've been very happy with the looks that I've been able to create with this palette, and I think it has held true, at least for me, in when she said that she wanted this to be a palette that you can create endless amounts of looks with. The shadows really allow that. You can wear them sheerer, you can build them up, and that is very true, and I think that is where a lot of people are getting tripped up in their reviews or just like their first impressions and stuff, is that when they're swatching these, they're sheer. They're really sheer. You're gonna see in my swatches, my arm swatches in the video, that these don't swatch great. They really don't. But that does allow for them to be buildable. You can wear them sheerer, but you can build them up. The shimmer shades, for the most part, are absolute crap in terms of being applied with a brush. For me anyways, to get the pigment and look that I want, you gotta use your finger. Which, like, it's not the end of the world. It's just annoying to me to have to dirty my finger. But they can be built up and they can look super duper lovely. I thought, you know, looking at this, I was like, it's gonna be, you know, like I'll be able to create a few different looks, but they're all gonna kind of end up looking the same. Nay. I would say the looks that I've come up with so far, and if you want, you know, I will have my separate tutorials video and everything so you can watch that to see the looks that I've come up with, but I think I've been able to create such different looks with this, and it has made me, I guess the looks that I came up with were a lot more creative than I thought they would be, just getting a blanket look at this palette. You can see quite a few of them do have a lot of like tap off, fallout, that kind of a thing. So you just have to be mindful to tap off your brush. I don't have too much trouble throughout the day with these with fallout. I think the biggest thing is that I do experience them to fade and crease a little bit, even with the best eyeshadow primer, at least that I've found out there. So I think that's the biggest bummer for me when it comes to these shadows, but overall I think they are really good for what they are, and especially at the price point that they're at. These are, as you can see here, PETA and cruelty free. I thought it was really funny. I mean, does it make a difference? I don't think so, but it says caution for adult use only. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen that on a palette before. Kids, stay back. This is for adults. I don't know. Does it make a difference? Whatever. I just thought it was funny. And then there have been a couple of like drama things with this palette. My goodness. I mean, that, I guess that just kind of happens when a YouTuber collaborates, and especially when you have fans like Emily Noel does. They go hard. Tati recently used this palette and the other palette in a video of hers, and that did not go over well. And honestly, I can kind of see why. Like I said, I mean, the looks that she does are just so drastically different from what I think this palette provides. I mean, like I said, you can go super glam with this, but it's just not meant to be super over-the-top pigment Anastasia type shadows. At least that's not how I see them, and like I said, those are the kind of looks Tati goes for, so I can see why for her they didn't work out. I think the way that she did her thumbnail was really clickbaity, you know, like it seemed like she was using Emily's name to get clicks in saying that she doesn't like this palette. Is that true? I have no idea, but that is how it seems, and I think that is why she got some backlash. Also, I will say that with the matte shades, because I know one of the problems that Tati had was that it didn't blend very well, and that can be true. Like, I have found with the matte shades, when you're applying them kind of starkly, like if you want a crease, a cut crease, or like some kind of a stark impact color with the mattes, they don't blend the greatest. They really don't. They can be skippy, they can be patchy, but at least for me, how I do my eyeshadow, it's not a problem because I end up blending those out with a fluffy brush and a different matte shade anyways. So like, sorry, there are firefighters going into the apartment complex across from me. That's concerning. I hope everyone's okay. But yeah, so I think a lot of the like blending issues and stuff, it's just gonna come down to how do you like doing your eyeshadow. I have found, like I said, the way that I do my shadows with the brushes that I use and just the application techniques that I use, it ends up being fine, and I think they blend beautifully once you figure out how to work with them. And then there was also apparently an issue with mold in some palettes of these. Apparently everything got all cleared up, and the brand and Emily Noel did go on to say that no more than 50 of the palettes that were produced could have been impacted. Only 24 reports have been made globally about this, and apparently, you know, if you have this problem, contact Revolution and they will refund you, or, you know, they'll fix the problem. I personally do not have that problem. My palette is mold free. So that's unfortunate that that had to, not had to happen, but that did happen. But you know, it's not that it can't be helped, but sometimes these things are out of people's control. You know, it's not like Emily was going around sprinkling mold in some of the palettes. You know what I mean? So if that's something where you were like, oh, I really wanted the palette, but I hear some of them are moldy, like I wouldn't let that deter you if you are wanting this palette, and especially if you're wanting to support the creator, you know? So yeah, I really think that that's about all I can say about this palette. Let's hop on into swatches so you can see what I was talking about there, and then I will see you for kind of a final wrap up and everything at the very end of the video. So here you go. I hope you enjoy. all done. So hopefully you were able to see what I mean about the swatches not being the greatest. But that being said, eye application is so different from arm swatch application, and that's really very apparent with this palette. So if you're going and swatching this in stores and that's what's deterring you because those swatches didn't turn out so great, you know, maybe still give it a shot, because even though I was super nervous after doing my arm swatches, once I started using these on my lids, I've really been enjoying them. Like, I really, whenever I catch myself in the view monitor, I'm like, ooh, my eyeshadow. Like, I really like it. And I'm not saying that to pander to anybody. Like, that's just how I'm feeling about this palette. Like I said, there are certainly some drawbacks to it, but I think overall it just envelops the creator, Emily Noel, beauty broadcast, whatever you do want to or do call her. I think she did a great job. I think this palette is definitely something to be proud of, and she should feel accomplished. Like I said, she's been on YouTube for forever. She recently hit 1 million subscribers. Like, she's just so deserving, and I'm really happy that I am able to give, you know, like a non-biased review, in the sense that I don't watch her all the time, you know, and I don't have any problem. Even if I did watch her all the time, if this palette was crap, I would tell you guys. I personally am really enjoying it. So hopefully, you know, just with my review, my tutorials and everything, you can put your own opinions together on whether or not you're going to want to get this palette for yourself or for someone else. You know, that's really all I can ask for with my videos. If you did find everything helpful here, please do go ahead and give me a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe if you want to see more content from me in the future. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!